Welcome back to another episode with ByrdAdatto. Today is Friday, and on Friday, it's a Friday before Memorial Day weekend. And here at ByrdAdatto, Memorial Day means a lot to us because we have partnered for the last 9 years with an organization called Carry the Load. And Carry the Load's mission is to help restore the true meaning of Memorial Day by finding interactive ways for everyone, including us civilians, to walk and remember those who have fallen for us. And as much as we'd love to be able to be out there like we normally are over Memorial Day weekend, walking with other civilians and veterans alike, unfortunately, for a lot of reasons right now, there is not going to be a Dallas March in which we can walk together. We are welcome to walk as individuals, which I plan to do this weekend. But at the same time, we wanted to remind people what Memorial Day means to us. And so because of that, we were going to reach out to a whole bunch of our friends and ask them their thoughts. And Michael, we thought of some right away. So can you please introduce the other person on the call?
This other person is our partner, Jim Stanford. He's been a partner of ours 15 plus years, going back to the beginning of what is now ByrdAdatto. Most important for today, though, Jim's an Army veteran. And so I think he has a perspective that about Memorial Weekend that's even more near and dear to his heart than we can possibly imagine, because we weren't serving our country like Jim.
And so, Jim, would love to hear your thoughts about what Memorial Day means to you.
To me, I think Memorial Day means to me what it does to most veterans. It means remembering those who, the soldiers, the sailors, the Marines, and the airmen who died on the battlefield for each other, for their families, for this nation. And that's truly what Memorial Day is. Of course, a lot of people have kind of forgot that, or maybe not realized that, and they see Memorial Day as just a fun day to have the weekend off and spend it with your families, which is part of the reason the soldiers and sailors fight for that, and Marines. But I think what everybody needs to do is take some time and really think about those who gave the ultimate sacrifice and died for us, and that's what Memorial Day is to me.
And I appreciate you sharing. And today, what we're going to do is not only hear from our veteran from our organization, but we were lucky enough to reach out to some friends of ours who did serve, and these are what they think of what Memorial Day means to them.
As a retired Marine, Memorial Day and Carry the Load are very special to me. It is a day of emotions, a day of remembrance of men and women of valor, many who are so much better than the rest of us. It's about people who, for love of country, accepted death. It's about friends, warriors, protectors, supporters who've gone before us. It is a weekend of remembrance of great people who knew there was a cause greater than themselves that is worth sacrificing for. It's a celebration of those people. It is honoring those brave souls with others whom I know and get to know that make it an awesome experience. It feeds my soul with love. That is what Memorial Day and Carry the Load means to me. Semper Fi.
What does Memorial Day mean to me? It means thinking about every one of those men and women who sacrificed everything so that we can continue to live our free lives here in the United States. We don't take that lightly. It's about going into any community, whether it be urban or rural, and seeing that American flag fly high, knowing that all those men and women preserved our freedom, and to make sure that flag stood tall. That's what Memorial Day means to me. My name is Ryan Parrott. I'm a former U.S. Navy SEAL, and I love America.
My name is Jeff Houston. I served in U.S. Army Special Forces. To me, Memorial Day is about remembering all of those that we've lost, going all the way back to the Civil War, all service members. One thing that I specifically do is say out loud the names of all the mighty heroes that we've lost that I knew personally. I think about them, I think about their families, and I give gratitude that this nation had such fine and mighty warriors fighting for its freedom. It's fine to have parades, it's fine to have barbecues, as long as we all remember why today exists and that today is here to memorialize and remember all those U.S. service members that we've lost.
Good morning. My name is Colonel Sean Conroy, and I serve in the Louisiana National Guard. Memorial Day has always been a special day for me. Traditionally, this day marks the beginning of real, if not scientific summer, and for many, that brings a much-needed break. Not so this year for healthcare workers, public officials, and thousands of mobilized National Guardsmen responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. These Guardsmen serve even as they guard the homeland, 24/7. So on Monday, we'll reflect on those that gave their lives for our nation. I'd be honored, and I believe all past and present members of the armed forces would be honored, if you take an extra measure and think of those serving our nation this year, especially those that have given their lives for our fellow citizens. Thank you, and God bless
What
America.
Memorial Day means to me is to remember all of those that came before us, sacrificed so much in service to protect us and to protect our right to live free and to have long and lustrous lives.
Hey guys, it's Keith Watts here, and I'm shouting out to all my friends that carry the load. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get together this weekend. It's always been one of my favorite parts of Memorial Day is the chance to get together and really remember what Memorial Day is all about. So as you walk up and down the Katy Trail, having the opportunity to see all the warriors that have gone before us and paid the ultimate sacrifice brings it home to us. And those of us that are veterans and have spent some time in the military, have experienced that loss personally. Brad Adatto, a good friend of mine who's very close to carry the load, asked me to say a few comments on what I thought and my memories or what Memorial Day means to me. And one of the things that really comes out and I think about are those that have given the ultimate sacrifice in peacetime. I was a Marine in the early 90s, and I was an aviator and had a chance to spend a wonderful experience and time of my life flying and working with Marines and putting ourselves in danger on a daily basis, even though this was post Gulf War, the first Gulf War. We went out and laid it on the line every day. And unfortunately, a lot of people paid the price for that, including some really very good friends of mine. And that's what I think of. I think of all the people that have sacrificed. Clearly, we've been in a wartime environment for the past 17, 18 years. And many heroic people have given the ultimate sacrifice and paid the price with their lives, and even more have sacrificed terrific injuries and horrific injuries. So, obviously, it means a lot to me, and the tip of the hat to those can never be enough said for what the sacrifices they've made. But a lot of people have sacrificed in peacetime as well. So I looked up in aviation-related mishaps in the military. 2018, there were over 38 aviators that died in all the branches of the service, which was a 6-year high. 2019, a little bit less. There were 13 that have died. But every day there are aviators and crewmen going up to fly sorties in pitch black on night vision goggles at low altitudes and high speeds, doing air-to-air combat, air-to-air refueling, a variety of tactical situations that are very dangerous. And even though they're not executing in a wartime environment, they're still putting their life on the line, and ultimately they pay the price for that sometimes. It really comes home to a few friends of mine that I go back, that I flew with, that mean a great deal to me. One was Captain Mark Nichols, call sign Chunks. Mark crashed on 9 February 1997 in the Yellow Sea. He was flying on a hop back from Osan, South Korea, back to Iwakuni, where we were stationed. He was with Danny Ardetta, a major at the time, in his back seat, and they had a G-induced loss of consciousness and wound up a control flight into the sea. Chunks, a very good friend of mine, and I think about him often. He never had an opportunity to have a family. He died, he was 32 years old, and I probably flew a total of maybe, I don't know, 50 to 100 flights with him. That's probably too many, but 50 to 75 flights. And I just think about all the things that he wanted to do and he didn't have a chance. Another one was a bunkmate of mine at the basic school. His name was Ronald Walkerwitz. We were bunkmates, so I knew him well. He was with VMFA 231, the Marine Harriers out of Cherry Point. He was taking off on a dark night. There were thunderstorms in the area, and there was actually a lightning strike on his Harrier upon takeoff. And Ronald actually crashed. It was on 25 February 1996. Ronald was 30 years old, and who's actually a fourth generation Marine. And then the last one that was very close to me as well was a fellow student when I was in flight school, Captain Anthony Slick, call sign Chum. Chum was with VMFA 533. He passed away on 11 March 1996. So he and Ron Walkerwitz passed away within about 3 weeks of each other. Chum was 28, and we went through flight school together. So those are just a handful of the guys that I served with that paid the ultimate sacrifice. I was very fortunate to get to know them and to serve with them as fellow Marines and fellow aviators. And God bless their families. And I feel bad for the fact that they had families that they left too early, and I know several of them didn't get a chance to have children and some of the things that we all enjoy. So anyway, on a lighter note, I want to say a big hoorah and Semper to my Marine Corps family and all the friends that carry the load. And we're going to be able to participate next year and spend some more time, as we always do, humping up and down the Katy Trail and across the country like all the good members that carry the load and the followers. So have a great Memorial Day weekend. God bless everyone. Stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.
So hopefully you understand that Memorial Day is an important aspect of the history of our country, why it's so important for us to remember those who gave us our freedom to enjoy the life that we have and the sacrifices they made. If you want to learn more about Memorial Day, please feel free to reach out and look at Carry the Load. We have below this, you'll see the website for Carry the Load. And obviously, as always, you're welcome to contribute to Carry the Load for a donation. We have our team page down there. This is an organization, like I said, that we've been part of for the last 9 years. It means a lot to us, and it would mean a lot to us also if you go out and remember and honor those and celebrate those who have given the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you.